Hello students, in previous lecture we have seen cosets. So what is meant by coset? So HB subgroup of G, then the subset AH and HA are the left and right cosets containing A, right? So AH is equal to A into small h such that H belongs to capital H. So what is left coset? A into H, which is equal to A into H such that H belongs to H. Then we see that AH is coset containing A. So here this is the left coset containing A, where H is subgroup of G, and HA. So this is the right coset containing A, which is defined by H into A such that H belongs to H. So this is left coset and this is right coset. Now in this lecture we will see Lagrange's theorem. So Lagrange's theorem says, let G be finite group and H be subgroup of G, then order of subgroup divides order of group. Then we say this is the Lagrange's theorem. So let's see the statement. Let H be subgroup of finite group G, H be subgroup of finite group G, then the order of H is a divisor of order of group, then the order of H is a divisor of the order of G. The order of G means G be finite group and H is subgroup of G, then order of H divides order of G, means order of subgroup divides order of group. Now let us prove this theorem. So proof. So here we will assume order of G is M and order of subgroup means order of H will be N. We will prove that. So here we have to prove that order of H divides order of group, means to prove that N divides M. So first, before that, so here H is subgroup of G, and to find out left or right coset, and to show order of H is same as order of left or right coset. So we will prove if HA is some right cosets, if HA is some right cosets of G containing A, some right coset of G containing H generated by A, belonging to G, then number of elements in H and HA are same, then number of elements in H and HA are same. So for example, we have seen if in Z6 has element 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar, 5 bar, and if I take a subgroup H which is 0, 3, so it has only 2 elements. So if I take left coset generated by left coset containing 0, then 0 plus H is again having element 0, 3, which is 2. If I take left coset containing 1, then 1 plus H again, which has value 1, 4, so again have 2 elements. So here operation is addition. So if operation is multiplication, so I will write here multiplication. So here number of elements in 0 plus H is same as number of element in H. So here if HA is some right cosets of G containing H generated by A belonging to G, then the number of elements in H is same as number of elements in HA. So here HA is some right cosets. So define map which is from H to HA. So let's define phi from H to HA. Now we have to show that order of H and order of HA, means cardinality of H and cardinality of HA will be same, means to prove that the function will be well defined 1 1 and on 2. So let's define the function, so which is by, so here domain is H and codomain is HA. So I will define phi of H is equal to H into A, which is well defined 1 1 1 to 1 and on 2. If this is well defined 1 to 1 and on 2, then we see that the cardinality of H and cardinality of HA will be same. So and on 2. So first to show well defined. Now, so for well defined I will take two values from H. So if H1 is equal to H2, then I will multiply both sides on A. Then what will we get? H1A is equal to H2A. So H1A, so replace this by H1A, will get phi 1 of H, will get phi 1 of phi of H1 is equal to, so H2 of A means what? So I will replace H by H2, then will get phi of H2. So here I have taken images are equal, then finally I get here phi of H1 is equal to phi of H2, means what? Phi is well defined, therefore phi is well defined. Now to prove phi is 1 1, now I will take phi of H1 is equal to phi of H2, then we will prove H1 is equal to H2. Now phi of H1 is equal to phi of H2, then phi of H1, so replace H by H1, then we will get H1A is equal to phi of H2 will be H2A. So by cancellation law A will get cancelled, so finally we will get H1 is equal to H2. So here phi of H1 is equal to phi of H2, means finally we will get H1 is equal to H2, means what? Phi is 1 to 1 function, therefore phi is 1 to 1 map, right? So phi is well defined, phi is 1 1. Now let us prove phi is onto, then we say that cardinality of H and cardinality of HA will be same, means number of element in subgroup H and number of elements in right cosets are same. So let's prove onto function. So here function is 1 1 and for onto, so what is the condition on onto? So for all, so what is elements of codomain HA? So for all HA belongs to HA, then there exists H belongs to H such that phi of H is equal to HA. Means what? Here phi of H is equal to HA means what? For every values in codomain there exists value in domain, means every element in codomain has pre-image, that is HA has pre-image in H, therefore phi is onto, here phi is well defined 1 1 and onto, means what? So what we say? Therefore phi is well defined 1 1 and onto, means there exists 1 1 and onto functions, means cardinality of H is same as cardinality of HA, means what? Number of element in H is same as number of element in right coset. So therefore cardinality of H is equal to cardinality of HA, right? So this is cardinality of H is equal to cardinality of HA. Moreover, set of distinct collection of right cosets, collection of right cosets, right or left, right or left cosets forms partition, forms partitions of G. We know that set of all distinct collection of right or left cosets. So this is left cosets forms partitions. So it forms partition means what? So partition means what? So if we have all right cosets, suppose we have totally n cosets, then h1, h2, h3 up to so on hn forms partitions. Forms partitions means what? Their union is whole set G and intersection will be empty. So hi intersection hj is equal to phi means what? It forms partition. So we have ha is the right cosets we have taken, then it forms partition means what? So their union will forms whole group whole group G and intersection will be empty. So here let us assume that number of right or left cosets in this set are k. Let us assume that number of right or left cosets in this set are k. In this set are k. Then so here that is this set k are, so here h1, h2, h3 up to so on hk. So are all are k sets. Then so it forms partition means what? Their union will be G and intersection will be empty. Then G is equal to h1 union h2 union h3 union up to so on union hk, and hi intersection hj will be phi for I not equal to j. This is the definition of partition. Then so here we want so our cardinality. So cardinality of cardinality of G. So I will take mod. So cardinality of G is equal to cardinality of h1 union cardinality of union h1 union h2 union h3 union up to so on union hk. So we have seen in previous part I have rubbed that. So cardinality of H is same as cardinality of HA. So HA is some right coset. So I will put value of A will be 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then what will we get? Cardinality of H1 is equal to H, cardinality of H2 is equal to H and so on. Cardinality of HK will be H, right? So here union and here H1, H2, H3 up to so on HK all are different, right? So cardinality of each set will be separately I will write in addition form, because h1 h2 up to so on hk all have different element. There is no common element between any two. So I will write it as cardinality of h1 plus cardinality of h2 plus cardinality of h3 plus up to so on cardinality of hk. So this is cardinality of G, or I will write it as order of G. So we know that cardinality of h1, so cardinality of h1 will be h. Next cardinality of h1 will be cardinality of h, and cardinality of h2 will be cardinality of h plus cardinality of h3 is equal to again cardinality of h, which is same as cardinality of hk is equal to cardinality of h. Means that order of h1 is equal to order of h1 h, order of h2 is equal to order of h, order of h3 is equal to order of h and so on. Order of hk is equal to order of h. So here order of G. Now this addition is how many times? K times, right? This addition is k times, so it can be written as k into order h. So this is left side order of G, right? So order of G is equal to k into order of h. So what is order of G? So we have assumed previous that order of G is m and order of H is n. So here I will write m is equal to k into n. So finally we will get, this is here m is equal to k into n. So for here k belongs to set of natural numbers, right? Then by using definition of divisibility, what will we get? Here m is equal to k into n, then we say that n divides m, which implies that, so n is, so what is n? N is order of h and m is order of g, right? So we will get order of h divides order of g, means G be finite subgroup, finite group, and H is subgroup of G. Then order of H or order of subgroup divides order of group. Here H1, H2 up to so on Hk are some right cosets which forms partition, means what? Their union will be G and their intersection with each other is phi. So here I will apply mod, so which is cardinality. Now here union. So union, and here I have applied mod. So this is the cardinality, means number of elements. So H1, H2 up to so on Hk all are different, means there is no common element between any two right cosets. Then I will separate, so we will get addition, because H1, H2, H3 up to so on Hk all are different. Then cardinality must be addition. So here I will write order of G is equal to order of H plus order of H plus up to so on order of H, because these cosets we have total, there are k sets. So here this is k times addition, so we will get order of G is equal to k times order of H. So finally we will get order of H divides order of order of group. This is the proof of Lagrange's theorem, which is H is subgroup of finite group G, then order of subgroup must divide order of group. But converse of the theorem is not true. But converse of the theorem, converse may not be true, may not be true. So I will take an alternating group, for example an alternating group of 4 elements, an alternating group of 4 elements. A4 has order. We know that order of A4 or order of An will be n factorial upon 2. Here we will get 4 factorial upon 2, which is equal to 12. So here A4 has order 12, and here I say 6 divides 12, means here 6 divides 12, means here Lagrange's theorem says if H is subgroup of finite group G, then order of subgroup divides order of group. But if any numbers which divides 12, means that here it may not be exist that there exists subgroup of order 6. So because here 6 divides 12, but A4 has no subgroup whose order is 6. So converse will be not true. But I say, but A4 has no proper subgroup whose order is 6. No proper subgroup whose order is 6. So that's why converse is not true. Now next we will see corollary, which is every group of prime order is cyclic. Let's see the corollary. Every group of prime order is cyclic. Every group of prime order is cyclic, means if there is a group and whose order is prime number, then it is always cyclic. Now to prove this corollary, so let us prove this. So proof. Now let G be group of order P prime. Let G be group of order prime number of order P, which is prime. That is, so here order of G is equal to P, and let A be an element of G different from identity. Let A be an element of G different from identity. Means what? A is not identity, then that is A not equal to identity. Then consider subgroup H generated by A. Consider subgroup generated by A. Consider subgroup H generated by A. Then that is, so I will consider subgroup H which is generated by, therefore what will we get? H is equal to generator A, and what we have, order of subgroup is P, and I have taken, there is element A which generate H, and H is subgroup of group G. Then we know that by theorem, then by Lagrange's theorem, what we say? Order of subgroup divides order of group. Now here what we say? H is equal to generator A. So what is the definition for generator A? So if A is generator of that group, means A generates all the elements, means what? Order of element is same as order of group, right? So A generates H which is subgroup of group G. Then by Lagrange's theorem, what we say? Then by Lagrange's theorem, order of subgroup, so order of subgroup divides order of group, which implies that, so order of subgroup divides, so G is prime number, so order of H divides prime number. So we know that prime number has only two divisors, 1 and P itself, right? So that implies order of H is equal to 1, and order of H is equal to 1 or order of H is equal to P. It is possible that order of H will be 1 or order of H is equal to P, because P is prime number, it has only two divisors which is 1 and P itself. But what we have taken, A is not equal to identity, means, but A is not equal to identity means what? That is, A is not equal to identity means H is not equal to singleton identity. If I take singleton identity, then we will not get whole subgroup H which is generated by A. Now if A is equal to identity, then we will get only identity element. So here order of H is equal to 1 means what? H is only identity, but A is not equal to identity, we have taken already in. A is not equal to identity means what? H is not equal to identity means only possibility that order of H will be P. Therefore order of H is equal to P, and P is order of group. So order of P is equal to order of group, right? That is, H is equal to G. So here order of H and order of G is same, means what? Subgroup is same as group. Hence, and what we have proved here, H is order of H is prime number, and which is generated by single element, means what? H is cyclic, and H is cyclic, H is equal to G means what? G is also cyclic. Hence which is equal to prime number. So H is cyclic subgroup of G. Hence so it is a trivial subgroup. So H is equal to G. Hence G is cyclic. So G is cyclic means what? Order of group is prime, then it is always cyclic. Hence the proof. Okay, we will stop here. In next lecture, we will see another theorem. The order of an element of finite group divides the order of group. Thank you.